Hi everyone, it's Dana. I'm here with my final vlog for secondary general music methods. Congratulations everybody, we made it through first semester for me anyways. So I don't want to make this like super duper long and just ramble on for a while, so I just have a couple of things that I want to talk about. The first one was a lot of the things that Dr. Goulash talked about in our last lecture reminded me of this actually really great book that I was assigned to read during my Principles of Music Education class when I was a freshman at Potsdam. And probably actually some of you that went to Potsdam did not get to read this because I took it with Dr. Hosley instead of Dr. Kessler. But there was one point in the lecture especially where she talked about, you know, in this student-centered and this project-based learning, what if an administrator comes in my classroom and sees this complete chaos happening? You know, how are they going to evaluate me if they're my lead evaluator or something like that? And I have this awesome book. It's called Educating Esme, Diary of a Teacher's First Year. And it chronicles this woman who's kind of an eccentric person, and she's teaching in a Chicago public school district. And at one point, she's basically just, you know, writing a diary of chronicling her experiences in her first year teaching. And at one point, she is doing this project where the kids are, you know, all over the classroom, and it's kind of chaos, and it's kind of loud. And her principal walks in, and he's, like, appalled at what's happening. And he says, well, how, you know, if you need their attention, how are you supposed to get their attention? And she does something, like, just raising her hand. She's completely silent, just raises her hand, and within 15 seconds, everyone is quiet, eyes are on her, full attention. So it just goes to show that, you know, we know our classroom, we are in charge of our classroom, even when it doesn't seem like we are, at least sometimes, most of the time. So I would definitely read this book. I haven't read it in several years. Like I said, I read it my freshman year at Crane. I definitely plan on rereading it, and there's even, like, in the back, there's advice for elementary teachers and, like, a new teacher shopping list, things that you should buy for your classroom. And it really is kind of geared toward, like, elementary general education, like a second grade classroom or a third grade classroom. But I think that it's something that would really apply to any teacher, and 100% recommend. Funding. Thank you so much, Dr. Goulash, for talking about different ways to get instruments. I've talked about before how I don't have a lot of resources for my general music classroom. I am the band teacher also, so when I do have access, I try to move it towards general music, but sometimes they're just so beyond repair that it's not really worth it. But those of you who do have parent involvement at your school, take advantage of it. I teach in a district where there is almost no parent involvement, to the point where when we have interviews and we need, like, a parent to be on an interview, it's usually a parent that's also a teacher in the district. And I'm pretty sure our elementary PTA is quite literally just made up of moms who also teach in the school district. So, you know, if you are lucky enough to have a PTA and parent involvement and people that are willing, community people that are willing to do something, then take advantage of it. You know, be your own advocate, like she said. So my last thing that I want to discuss is just my general, like, before and after this course. So before starting this, in my past 2 years at Fallsburg, and really even through, like, Potsdam and my undergrad, I never really wanted to be a general music teacher. It was just kind of something that was part of my job description, and I actually quite literally turned down like one final round interview. Like, I was at the final round and I turned down the, like, demonstration point, where I had to write a lesson plan and submit it to them. And, like, 2 days before the interview and the demonstration, I'm sitting at home trying to write a lesson plan for an elementary general music course, and I was like, I can't do this. I know that I don't want to do this for the next, you know, however many years. I'm not going for this job anymore. So I never really wanted to teach general music. I always wanted to teach band, and I always wanted to teach older kids. So, you know, when I got this job, I was psyched. I thought that it was just band, because middle school and high school band and lessons is kind of a lot. It's a pretty big workload when you have that many age ranges and students to teach. So when I was forced into general music, I was kind of bummed about it. And I know that my class the past 2 years hasn't been the most fun class by any means. I think that students learn a lot, but I don't think that it's as fun as it could be. And after this course, I definitely know that it's not as fun as it could be. So really, like, from this course and from feedback from you guys and from Dr. Goulash and the texts and lectures, I feel like I have a good arsenal to start at least slowly building up my general music course. You know, I don't think that I'm going to come in this year and it's going to be like everybody's going to be rocking on guitar and stuff, but I think that I have enough tools to get me to that point eventually, which is really exciting. And it's also totally motivation for me to finally learn how to play the guitar and work on my piano skills and like drum set skills. I've had a guitar sitting in the corner of my room since I was in like 6th grade, and every once in a while I pull it out and try to teach myself and get frustrated and just kind of give up. So motivation for me to finally learn how to play something other than the ukulele and band instruments. So thank you all. I appreciate all of your feedback throughout this. And maybe I'll see you in courses in the future, and best of luck to you this coming school year.